We are very happy to have signed a deal with KBA today. As we all know, KBA is the most important institution as regards support for commercial banks and microfinance banks. Metropol is going to be providing insights to KBA to support the financial services to reach to more women-owned MSMEs. So this is a big milestone for Kenya and for the general economy. For me, speaking from Metropol, we are very happy to have won the tender. This is a demonstration of our capacity as Metropol to meet the demands and the needs of the financial sector, for the financial institutions themselves, but also for their association. So we are very happy to have to start this journey, to support them, to give them insights that will eventually enable the financial services to be tailored to suit the needs of women. I think in the history of this country, we have been very patriarchal. Ownership of title, which are predominantly used as collateral, are held by men. So women have, over time, been slightly disadvantaged by not owning the necessary assets that are used as collateral. But they have one big advantage. They have the soft collateral. They are very good payers. They have a very good attitude towards credit. They are very prudent in the way they run business. So our partnership will support the financial sector to then see the opportunities in the sectors where women are running the businesses, what they are doing different, and develop products that are unique to the needs of the women-led enterprises. Our relationship with KBA and with the support of FSD is really a support that is anchored on the role of KBA being an institution that supports its members. And this support on insights and analytics that they are able to get from the data that we aggregate and from the insights that we generate really enables them to serve their members. So they will serve their members so that their members can then have better loan books, can then have better product profitability. But really that profitability comes from their members meeting a very important segment of our market, which is the women-owned, women-led, women-run businesses. So this partnership is a countrywide supportive initiative. While access will be accessed maybe from Nairobi or by partners at wherever, but really when you look at the country, we are looking at Kenya as a one unit. Kenyan borrowers collectively, when we disaggregate data, we'll also get opportunity to disaggregate that data per region and support the design of products, the penetration of financial products to all the parts of this country.
The primary goal for Kenya Bankers Association is just to ensure that we have increased flow of credit to Kenyans and their businesses. So we do that just to ensure that the financial health of Kenyans is improved and we are creating wealth for Kenyans. So this afternoon, we've been able to sign a partnership agreement with the Metropol CRB for the fact of supporting the MSMEs further. So in enhancing that support, we want to be able to use data. And Metropol has been able to collect this data for the last 20 years since the law was put in place for credit reference sharing. So we want to use the data to be able to ensure that we can support the small micro businesses better. And in this particular arrangement, we wanted to be able to look at the gender and the youth. So we have our women-led businesses and then also youth-led businesses, which we really need to be able to have a keen eye on it to be able to ensure that we can push it further. And that will be able to enable us create more employment and be able to have our economy vibrant, because as banks, we're always innovating. So part of the innovation is to create new products. And what we need to do now is use data to be able to ensure that those products can be able to meet the needs of this segment, which is women-specific and youth. There are a number of men-led businesses which are doing well, and even when you look at data from banks, you can be able to see that there's a huge gap between women-led and those that are led by men. So the focus currently with the partnership with Metropol CRB is to ensure that we bridge this gap that is there between male and female. So in this data, we'll be able to now segregate. We'll get all the data on small and micro businesses, but now be able to segregate it for women and then men, but also go a step further, be able also to look at the youth-led enterprises. So that's the focus, in that we bridge the gap, be able to ensure that we get closer to 50-50 on both women-led and male-led businesses. So that's the key focus but it's a starting point, because going forward, we just look to supporting small micro businesses in whole. So this is a first step. We start with women-led, the youth, but ultimately we want to ensure that all our small businesses are supported to grow.
The partnership is an initiative that is born out of a need to really fill the gap in the banking sector, because you realize that many of the products that are actually produced and rendered to our customers do not necessarily benefit from a lot of analytics. So data is becoming the key business proposition if you look at it. So for many of the products that currently banks are actually extending to customers, there is no component of a gender lens. So and because of this realization, so we looked at the opportunity to generate insights from data, looking at women-led MSMEs compared to the men-led MSMEs, because we realize that women-led MSMEs operate in a unique way. They are different in many fronts. If you look at it from a risk perspective, if you look at it in terms of the uniqueness that women require in the services that they actually would love to have from the banking sector. So born out of this is really the need for us to do gender disaggregated data, so that we can actually generate insights that inform banks' decision making, inform product designs, so that banks can be able to serve women in a better way and of course grow their credit. So that's essentially the reason why we are partnering. So this is born out of a collaboration between KBA and FSD Kenya, and now extended that collaboration to Metropol CRB, because Metropol is an aggregator of all credit data that we have in the industry. And we are happy to note that from this partnership, we will actually be able to get all the data aggregated together, and we are able to produce insights that best inform banks.
My name is Edna Muller, Chief Data Officer at Metropol CRB. We have entered into a partnership with KBA in regards to giving data analysis on women-led SMEs, aggregated data, and through the vast and big data sources that we have as a credit bureau, we have approved over 2,500 data providers who we are able to give data across the board, not just the CBK approved institutions, that is the banks and microfinance banks. We are able to give analysis also in the SACCO sector, both deposit-taking SACCOs and non-deposit-taking SACCOs, the trade institutions, and we're able to give a very good picture of women-led MSMEs, their lending patterns, their borrowing patterns, and how well they pay, and just to be able to give a very good picture of who they are. And in line with financial inclusion, you should be able to even lend to more, and this analysis will actually inform a lot of decisions that will be made in this economy and to the growth of this economy.